Water is a living conscious.
Mhm.
Most of us are drinking, you can call it dead water. That's kind of dramatic. I would say dormant because you can always bring water back to life. But it is a social creature, and it is a bridge of communication. People believe water is just to hydrate us. It's actually doesn't hydrate us at all. Drink RO water and see how hydrated you get, right? You're not. It's what's inside the water that hydrates us because it's a bridge. So it's bringing it what's in the water to us. And it's the same thing with emotions and feelings and energy and vibration. Like it's just a mirror, kind of like with water. It's so fascinating. What it does. So yes, when you have positive things towards water, water is happy. We can show you that you can literally, like, water can be structured. The scientific word of structure is also one of those things I feel really strongly about because there's a lot of unethical marketing in the structured water world because changing the structure could literally be like you yelling at it changes the structure. Is that good or bad? I say it's bad, but it's, driving with water in a car with loud negative music, vibrations on the highway, honking the horn. Like, what's that do to the water, right? So that's where, again, just like us, what does it do to us? Water is not. It's a different, method than we are in living, but it is a living creature, and putting our products near water is going to do the same thing it does to us. So positive effects we see.
From it. I love that approach. When I went to Iceland about a year ago, I mean, you can't even drink the water there. It's all now I forget the word, but magnetized, so to speak. So they also put their water next to some like electromagnetic type of frequency, and that's how they live. And I think they're known as a culture for being happier. And so just the way that I think the U.S. is starting to take on some of these approaches from other countries and other cultures, and hopefully evolving and expanding that here if we all were more intentional and mindful about what we're putting in our bodies, what we're surrounding ourselves by, and even what we're thinking and feeling, and being able to kind of release those emotions to open yourself up to feeling right more of the self-love, the prosperity, the belief in that within your body. So really
It's all a
fascinating.
domino effect, right? It is. It's like our internal thoughts. Like, listen, and I don't mean to ego way, like, we're not going to argue with ourselves. So what we tell ourselves is truth. And if we have negative thoughts, if we're down on ourselves, again, I always was like, would we ever tell the person, if we ever, would we speak to the way we do ourselves the way we love someone? Right? Like, we wouldn't say a lot of things like, "Oh, we're not good enough to do that," or whatever your internal struggle is. Would you say that to the same person that, like, someone, your spouse or your child? Absolutely, most likely not. But we say that to ourselves, who we should love more than anyone, because we can. The max you can love someone else is the max you love yourself. Right. So that's your limit. How much you have internal love for yourself, that you can't love someone more than you like love yourself. You might think you love that thing more than you love yourself, but that person can't feel, they can't feel more love than you only love yourself. And so our mitochondria, if you're telling yourself you're not good enough, if you're having those negative thoughts, your mitochondria is like, okay, that's truth. And that sucks. That sucks because that's how it becomes. And you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not healthy. All that stuff. If you cling on to those identifying factors of sickness, then that's what you become. So just with that, what we're talking about in our body, same thing with water. Everyone always says we're like 70% water, which is not true. At a molecular level, we are like 99% water. So the type of water, I mean, that's one of the most important things we can do in our life is what type of water. If you're drinking tap water, like, there's over 2,300 chemicals out of that water.